Imagine a city so rich and powerful that scholars, scientists, and merchants from across the world traveled there. A city where mathematics, medicine, and astronomy were changing human history. This city was Baghdad, and it was the heart of one of the most powerful empires the world had ever seen, the Abbasid Caliphate. For centuries, it ruled vast lands stretching from North Africa to Central Asia. But its golden age would not last forever. In the year 1258, everything collapsed in a single catastrophic invasion. In the early 8th century, the Islamic world was ruled by the powerful Umayyad Caliphate. But many people were unhappy with their rule. A revolutionary movement began in Persia and eastern regions of the empire. It was led by a powerful family, claiming descent from the Prophet's uncle, the Abbasids. In 750 AD, their armies defeated the Umayyads. The Abbasids seized control of the Islamic world. A new empire had begun. Soon after taking power, the Abbasid rulers built a new capital city. This city would become one of the greatest cities in human history. It was called Baghdad. Built in 762 AD by Al-Mansur, the city was designed as a massive circular metropolis. At its center stood the Caliph's palace and the Grand Mosque. Huge walls surrounded the city. Trade routes from Asia, Africa, and Europe all passed through Baghdad. Within decades, it became the richest city in the world. Under the Abbasids, Baghdad became the center of science and learning. Scholars gathered in an institution known as the House of Wisdom. Here, ancient knowledge from Greece, Persia, and India was translated into Arabic. Mathematicians developed algebra. Astronomers mapped the stars. Doctors wrote some of the most advanced medical texts of the medieval world. The Abbasid era became known as the Islamic Golden Age. The Abbasid Caliphate controlled vast trade networks. Merchants traveled across deserts and seas, carrying goods such as silk from China, spices from India, and gold from Africa. Baghdad's markets were filled with exotic goods from around the world. The empire connected 3 continents. It became one of the most influential civilizations in history. But over time, the Abbasid Empire began to weaken. Local rulers started gaining more power. Different regions slowly broke away. Political conflicts inside the empire also created instability. Although Baghdad remained wealthy, the central authority of the Caliph began to decline. The once powerful empire was becoming fragile. In the 13th century, a new power was rising in Asia. The Mongols, their armies were conquering city after city across Eurasia. In 1258, the Mongol general Hulagu Khan marched toward Baghdad. The Abbasid army was unable to stop them. The Mongols surrounded the city. What followed became one of the most devastating events in medieval history. Baghdad was destroyed. Thousands of people were killed. The famous libraries were burned. Books from the House of Wisdom were thrown into the Tigris River. The Abbasid capital had fallen. The fall of Baghdad in 1258 marked the end of the Abbasid Caliphate's true power. The once great empire that had led the world in science and culture was gone. But its influence never disappeared. Many scientific discoveries from the Abbasid Golden Age later reached Europe. These ideas helped inspire the Renaissance centuries later. The Abbasid Empire showed how powerful knowledge, trade, and culture can be. For centuries, Baghdad was the intellectual heart of the world, and although the empire collapsed, its ideas shaped the future of human civilization.